the stronger and healthier and more powerful and positive you are, the more light you're going to radiate into the world. We have the most toxic air we've ever had. Whether people believe in global warming or not, that's a totally different subject. But nobody can deny that we have more pollution. We have more waves like 5G and EMF, things that affect us negatively.
So many people struggle, or I should say, almost everyone struggle with stress and mental clarity, even the kids. How does the integrated ascension method help people achieve and sustain these mental states?
Well, we don't want to necessarily sustain the state of stress or
Mhm.
struggle, right? But with clarity, the way that it helps us is, first of all, becoming aware. We have to become aware that we're stressed. Now, I mention that because if you hook pretty much anybody up to a heart rate variability or a stress monitor, they're going to be so stressed. Even if they're relaxed, even if they just finished a great meditation session, their nervous system is still stressed. Their adrenal glands are still pumping out so much epinephrine that when we come back into pure clarity of consciousness right here, right now, why do we stress? We stress because we're either concerned about something that has happened in the past that we regret or wish we would have done, or is still bothering us from there, or we're stressed out about something in the future that has not happened yet. So we're putting our energy in either of these directions. And when we reclaim our energy through our breath, the integrated ascension method way to be right here and perfectly in the now, what, first of all, we reclaim our power. The second of thing is, unless you are skydiving or you're being attacked by a lion or something where your life is in danger, you're not able to be stressed because you're not in the past or in the future. You're in the right here, right now. So unless you have an issue going on, in which case you need to be stressed, right? If a lion is attacking you, would be stressed because that's the normal response to help us stay alive. But if it's something like this person cut me off in traffic last week and I almost got in an accident and you're still reliving that, your body and your brain doesn't know that didn't really happen or it's not still happening now. And when we stress, we continue to produce these hormones of stress like cortisol, these things that
Mhm.
break us down, can cause cancer, all kinds of disease, and they do. And so the integrated ascension method helps through that biohacking, through this technology, but most importantly, through our breath awareness and our state of oneness. For kids, imagine as a kid, I wish I would have been able to do this. I was able to do it. I wish I would have known how to do it when I was getting bullied so much. To be able to look at your bully and say, wow, this is an interesting experience we're having
Yeah.
right now, and kind of distance yourself out of it. And since this person is part of everything and I'm part of everything, this person's a part of me and they're teaching me some kind of a lesson right now. So, what is the lesson? And instead of being in the middle of it and saying, oh, woe is me, I'm being abused, to step back out of it and say, what is the lesson behind this? Is this karma? Is this something that's going to help me in the future that I need to know about right now? Is this something that they need to learn for themselves? And I just am the lesson for them? How does this work? And really asking the right question is important because having the right answer is smart. Having the right question, knowing what to ask is genius.
Yeah.
And really to look at things from that perspective of the how and why and the what, these are all things that if we do these and we breathe, we ask those, where am I? I'm here. What time is it? It's now. And what is the lesson behind this? How did I create this and bring this to me? And what do I prefer after this? I don't like this. So, what do I want to create? What it does for people is it helps empower them, first of all, by taking responsibility for their breath, responsibility for their situation. When they do that, then they start to be able to make a different choice. And once they do that and they move into a better feeling place, a better choice for them, then they start to really feel that empowerment. And for kids, especially who might feel powerless, when they're able to do something that they're proud of and they accomplish, whether other people recognize them or not, but they know it inside, that they did something good and they made a change, that's a huge
Yeah,
confidence booster right there. It really is. It really is.
yeah, that's amazing. Um, your mission includes empowering people for upcoming societal and ecological shifts. How does your IM method prepare individuals for these changes?
So the I am is really the foundation of it. The base of that pyramid is our health and our strength and our self knowledge. So right now, we have, as I mentioned, the poisonous food, water, air, frequencies, our own hormones of stress from our own mind, stressing us out and breaking us down. So for us, we have these societal shifts. I don't know what it's like in any place else, but in the United States, we have some societal shifts right now with the election day happening.
Lots
I
of
don't know by
societal
the time
shifts.
this airs, we'll know what happened. But right now, in the United States, we have so much division and we have so much everything from school shootings to pipeline protests to, I mean, there's a lot going on, and also the ecological. The scientists are, they've been stating for about a decade now that we're now starting into the sixth mass extinction of this planet, and it's from humans and what we're doing, uh, destroying the earth and making animals go extinct. There's a lot that is going on. And so we have these shifts. There's no doubt about it. And there's nothing that we can do ourselves individually to say, okay, up, we're no longer having an extinction. Nope, it's done, right? Because
Yeah.
you or I were not able to do that. But what we can do is make ourselves as powerful, strong, healthy, knowledgeable, and as helpful and as brilliant as far as our light that we're putting out into the world as possible. And, Gandhi said, be the change you wish
Yes.
to see in the world. Well, if you want the world to be healthy, if you want the world to be peaceful, you have to start it with yourself.
Yes.
You have to start up yourself. And that's really the main goal of the I am, is to help people be powerful, have them be healthy, and have them be that change they want to see in the world. Everybody wants that, it seems like, but this is cool in a way because it's a method that helps you actually do it. You move from hello, hi, to oh my gosh, I can really do this very quickly.
Like PSSM says, and Patriji says, you create your own reality. So,
Absolutely.
so how has the mission of Pyramid Spiritual Society movement influenced your journey and your work with PSSM?
Whoa. Okay, that's a great question. So, as I'm sitting at the Mega Meditation Summit too, and I'm one of what, like 1,000 people with the pyramid in my head, and I'm meditating, and I'm hearing the sitar playing, and I'm just zoned in so deep. I'm like, just, I think I had drool coming out. I was so relaxed and just in a beautiful meditative state. So, how that is influencing my journey is that, as I mentioned, I've been meditating with a pyramid on my head for a long time. And one of my former students, he actually creates orgone pyramids that you can break down in a travel kit and you can actually sit inside. That's what I sit inside. So I've been doing this for years and feeling this and studying pyramids and the scalar energy that they produce and the ancients and what we think that they did with these. And so the way that this is influencing my journey is that now that I know that there are millions of people that also do this, and I also know how much what I've been so blessed to learn and to bring to teach, how merging these things together, what it can do. That's why I'm so enthusiastic about this PMC series, because I'm going to bring on a whole bunch of people that also have amazing magic or amazing technologies and techniques that can add in and just knowledge is power, so they say, right? But that's not actually true. Only execution of that
Yes.
knowledge becomes powerful. Knowledge is just knowledge, and there's more than enough knowledge in the world. I'm going to be bringing people not only my technology and techniques, but also the people that I'll bring on here that you can use right away, things that will change your life. Now, and that you can use over and over and over again. It doesn't make any difference if you know how to make a nuclear weapon. If you don't have access to all the materials, then why would you anyway? But if you know how to, cook a meal, well, that's something you can actually do. And we want to show you how to cook that meal, feed yourself. There's no need to go too far beyond that to places that we really don't need to be going. But for those people who are interested in that and who stick into these practices and really want to expand into that realm, that would be off outside of the PMC series, but it's definitely something I can help with.
And how do pyramids and meditation plays a role in your teachings and why they are useful for anyone on a spiritual path?
So the first time I put a pyramid on my head, obviously felt a little funny. I think we all do. The
Dude,
first time you're
that's
like,
true.
well, what is this about? I don't know. I have a fedora, I have a Kangol, I have a beanie, but I've never had a hat like this. Uh, but then when you sit and you drop into the meditation, you feel the center of your brain, the cave of Brahma, where the pineal gland is there, the third ventricle is there, but the entire cave of Brahma for me, just feeling that light up inside of my head and starting to have visions and sparks, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing, and it would happen quick. So that's why they play a role for me in my teachings, is because it can help. What's another catalyst to help people go farther faster, do more with less. But when it really comes down to it, for anybody who's on a spiritual path, if you say, I won't use this because, well, for me, a spiritual path means looking at all of the tools that are available to help me know myself more, to help me become my very best version, my most enlightened version of me. And if I cut something out because I just am so stuck into the box of dogma that I cannot do that because I can only do this, well, then can you really go as far as you want if that's what you're doing? No, you can't, because you limit yourself. And so the pyramids are yet another tool to help people know themselves better and do more with this amazing brain, body, consciousness that we have. And it's simple. It's not like you need to, walk to the base camp of Everest barefoot from Kathmandu. I mean, that's hard. Okay. This is not that. It's not that. This is like, put it on there, sit down, breathe, focus, breathe, and notice what you feel. And then take it off and notice what you feel. Put it back on, notice what you feel. And as your sensitivity to it starts to improve, your sensitivity in the other areas of your life will also go up as well. And quite frankly, most people are totally numb. They just live their life on autopilot 95% of the time. That's what scientists say, is 95% at the age of 30 or after 30, 95% usually of our actions and our thoughts are just pre-programmed things that we just do on a daily basis, that we just keep repeating that, and we're only conscious about after every
Yeah.
5%. So to put a pyramid on your head, sit down, breathe, ask the question, where am I? What time is it? Right here, right now, put on some scientific sounds and do some hypoxic breath holding breath work, that your whole nervous system, your whole energetic system is just alive with energy. I mean, it's a great experience. And I'm excited to give that to everybody.
And I think everyone relate to that. That first time when you put the pyramid, you said, yeah, that's not for me. Why I'm doing it. But
Right.
after 30 minutes, you realize that there's something different. Maybe it's so soon to understand, but there's some change happen inside you. And then slowly, like always said, addiction is bad, but these pyramids imitation addiction, this is the one addiction we all should, because it gives you that kick. What you everyone says, right, when they have all these, that they want that kick. That meditation actually gives you that kick, where you can actually start enjoying your life. You never realized before, like you
Right.
said, we are all on default pattern autopilot. We just keep doing it. Even I think we don't know how to be happy anymore. We look for pleasures, we don't look for happiness. But with meditation and
Right.
with, I think, all what you're talking about, it just give you a chance to be happy again. not look for pleasures, just to be happy.
Absolutely right. And to that point, happiness is a high, depression is
Yeah.
a low. Really finding that awareness and contentment.
Balance.
Everything is homeostasis and the balance of feeling good. And, this is something that a lot of us, especially in the Western world, where we're taught to compare ourselves to so many other people. So many other people, especially, I'll say it because it's true, especially girls.
Yes.
Uh, there's this comparison to other girls and other women is so strong in the Western world that a lot of people grow up just from a young age feeling like they're not enough, and then they spend so much time trying to be like somebody else they never find out who they are. And that's why it's important to sit quiet,
And meditate.
just interlock your head, just relax, put a pyramid on your head and breathe. And then if you ask those questions without answering, this is important. Awareness and thought are two different things. It's like speaking and listening. You can't do them at the same time. If you're thinking, you're broadcasting. If you're aware, you're drawing in. And we, this amazing antenna system, we broadcast and we receive at all times, but we can only be aware of one or the other. Even though both are happening
Yeah.
simultaneously, we can only be aware of one or the other. And so to sit down and to actually ask the question, who am I? And be quiet, breathe, and actually ask yourself the questions that are important, these hard ones. When you do that, it's amazing what answers come back. And not always are they the most pleasant ones, but the thing is that they're the true ones. And there's an old saying in English, I don't know if there's one in India, but it says, to thine own self be true.
True. Yes.
But most people have no idea who they are. And so I'm not here to tell people who you are. I won't tell you who you are. But if I have a technique that can help you
Yes.
discover that for yourself, job done. Job well done. Okay. That's good. Because it would be actually a disservice if anybody told you who you are.
True. So, my last question of today is, as you launch your new series on PSSM Global in January 2025, what can our viewers expect, and how will these episodes support their personal journey?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. So when we start off, I'm going to be teaching a lot of the integrated ascension method, this breath work out of Java, Indonesia, this royal system. So people are going to be able to have useful things they can do right now to help raise their energy, expand their awareness, but also find their center and their core. I'm going to be bringing on some amazing guests, people who are leaders in the fields of vibroacoustic therapy, other systems of meditation and breath work, people who are leaders but are spiritually led leaders, that they actually ask themselves, their higher self, their spirit, what business decisions should I make? And they're very successful to teach you how to do that as well. There's going to be amazing guests coming on here that some may be for you and some may be not for you, but that's the interesting great thing is, like Bruce Lee said, take what's useful and discard the rest. So I'm going to bring a lot of things, all of which will be useful to some, but some of which will be useful to all, if that makes sense. And so the thing that I would encourage people to do right off the bat, and oh, this is important, I'm currently in the process and almost ready to launch my first app. So people will be able to have the I Am app, have me at their fingertips, and be able to have different courses, live classes, things like that right on their phone. It's not quite ready yet, but it will be by the time that we get to January. And then I also have the online courses. So I would encourage people to get started. Just go to my website, iampure.energy. Look under programs. I've got a couple there that will change your life, and we're going to keep working on these things together. And so that's what I would really recommend is, first of all, start this journey now. Get ready for January and some amazing people to come on there, and get ready to learn new things and really expand as a human.
So, thank you so much, Nate, for this amazing episode. I'm personally very, very excited for January so we can start your series. And I'm 100% sure that all youth, and I think everyone, whether it's adult, old, kids, they're going to benefit with your thing. And before we close, one last time, can you repeat your website so people can go and start, looking for your website and start getting familiar with you before January?
Of course. My website is iampure.energy. So I wanted to choose a website that really spoke truth. And since everything is energy, that means us too. So iampure.energy. And I have all kinds of resources there for people. So please check it out, enjoy. And I even have a gift there for people that would like to start right now. You're going to love it.
So, thank you once again. And thank you everyone for joining today and learning about this new series of Nate. Till then, till January 2025, stay safe, keep meditating, and keep checking Nate's websites and be familiar with it. So, have a great day. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, my friends, what an incredible journey we've shared today. If you felt even a spark of inspiration or power, don't let it stop here. Take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this with someone who needs it. Seriously, think of just one person who could benefit from what you've experienced today, because together we're building something so much bigger than ourselves. This is more than a show, it's a movement, a space where leaders, visionaries, and seekers like you come to transform, elevate, and align. So don't just follow, become a part of the community. Subscribe to the PMC YouTube channel and follow the I Am Integrated Ascension method everywhere you can. And let's create something extraordinary together. I'm truly excited to share with you your next step to transformation. So head over to iampure.energy and sign up for my free Perfect Breath class. You'll unlock the secret to mastering your breath, your energy, and ultimately your life. And for those who are ready to go deeper, our masterclass and weekly sessions are waiting to take you to that next level. Make sure that you're here next week because, as always, I'll be sitting down with another world-changing guest, someone who will blow your mind and give you tools to rise even higher. And don't come alone. Invite your friends, your team, or anyone who's ready to grow. And let's expand this circle of impact one breath at a time. Until then, remember, your potential is limitless. Your power is real. And it all begins with a single breath. Together, we're creating the future. I'll see you next time, my friend. Together we rise. See you soon.